My name is Diane Odegaard, and I'm the Education and Public Outreach Manager at Bat Conservation International.
The Congress Avenue Bridge contains the Mexican free-tailed bats, which happen to be the most common bat species in southern Texas.
And they started moving into the Congress Avenue Bridge in the early 1980s when they started doing some repairs to the bridge that involved widening the bridge, and when they did that, they created these expansion joints that were about 3/4 of an inch to an inch wide. And it turned out that that was just a perfect space for Mexican free-tailed bats to move into and actually to have their pups in.
BCI is in charge of monitoring the Congress Avenue bats, and they publish the times the bats fly out on their website, and the information is updated twice a week.
So they don't necessarily fly out every night, and the times that they fly out can be very different depending on what kind of weather there's been, how many insects they've had to eat. And on nights, of course, when it rains, they have not gone out to forage and feed, so they're going to be pretty hungry by the next night. So they might fly out a little earlier, they might fly out maybe before dark. That's a risky business for bats because if they fly out before dark, then they're subject to predation.
Austin calls itself the bat capital of America. About 1.5 million Mexican free-tailed bats spend their summer under the Congress Avenue Bridge, and the bats eat up to 20,000 pounds of bugs each night.
It's important to realize that bats are really important to us for a lot of reasons. They're great consumers of agricultural pests. They save agriculture in the United States billions of dollars every year. And they're also safe to be around. And I think it's important for people to realize that even though bats can get rabies like any mammal, or most mammals, they the vast majority of bats never do, and when they do get sick with rabies, they die from it like any other mammal. So it's important to realize that it's safe to be around bats, and that as long as you don't try to handle bats, just like any other wild animal, don't ever try to grab a wild animal, especially one that actually lets you do it. The bats have been at the Congress Avenue Bridge for over 30 years, and to our knowledge, no one in Austin has ever gotten a disease from being around those bats. It's a good safety record.